Smart 24, driving business.
A good chief executive. And it's very, very important that the board will be involved in selecting the chief executive. The board members should have their ears and eyes open out there, so that they can know what is happening in their firm. So I've said good board members, good CEO, then that person who is sometimes underrated for the company secretary. I like sharing that role, sharing knowledge of the chair. So it's an important role, but to be honest, the success is on the quality and integrity of the board you have, the CEO, the company secretary, and also the executive. So this has been a privilege for me, and I think I've learned quite a lot.
I believe a bigger round of applause is in order. Thank you very much, our media team. And ladies and gentlemen, I now make just some small clarification. I announce him as a Lifetime Achievers winner, but he's won a whole lot more. He's actually the winner, chair listed companies twice. So that's 2 years in a row. This is only the third time we're having the Ned Awards. So I don't know if he's a nominee this time again. He might be winning one more time. But thank you so much, Chairman Japheth, for those words of wisdom. And now it gives me great pleasure to get ready to invite our keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker this afternoon, invited with a lot of pride and a lot of confidence, Mr. Batho Makake. He is a partner with our Partner People Advisory Service, with 17 years experience in management consulting, change management, and an expert and strategist. His profile is heavy. Sorry, I had to really cut it down.
Absolutely.
Bear with me, but once you hear what he has to share, you'll totally understand. You're most welcome, Mr. Batho.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's traveled all the way from South Africa, like they say. So come on, let's show someone down with a big round of applause. DJ, I don't know if you have some amapiano or otherwise. Maybe not. Come on, let's keep clapping until our keynote speaker gets there. And just to guide us, the DJ has on a piano. Who has the DJ's balance? Make sure he gets paid. Listen, as soon as we're done with our keynote speaker, we'll dive straight into our words, just to give you a heads up on how we're flowing with our program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. and Madam Program Directors. I think so far I've had more than 3 compliments. I've never been called wise before, so now I'm under a lot of pressure. To have been invited to say a few words at this prestigious event. Just by way of introduction, as Madam Program Director said, my name is Batho Makake. If you can pronounce Batho, you already know a word in Sesotho because it means people. So I lead the workforce advisory team for EY Africa. So we basically do all our human capital related work in consulting. When my colleagues approached me to be here today, I accepted it before I knew what the topic was. I think it was an opportunity for me to visit your beautiful country. I've always had a lot of friends all over the world growing up who were from Uganda and obviously in different places for different reasons. But so far, I think the one thing that I've picked up is that you're very good drivers. From the airport to the hotel yesterday evening, was a hectic sport. Dodging borders, and I was like to the driver, "Are you sure we're not going to crash into these people?" But there seems to be I'll definitely not be able to drive in this environment. But it's really been a great time so far. I think in my research, Madam Chair, I've also been, particularly impressed with the strides that you have achieved as an organization, the League. To promote good governance, and most importantly, to appreciate and to honor those that have represented and gone the extra mile through these prestigious awards. We usually see results of companies and we celebrate the CEOs and management, and it becomes a big fanfare. And we forget those who strategically guide these organizations and these leadership teams to achieve what they have achieved. These are the people that really make sure that we're aligned to our stakeholder expectations. So I therefore wish all the nominees good luck and heartily congratulate those that will walk away with awards this evening. Today's theme, ladies and gentlemen, excellence in stewardship, is a reminder of the all-important task that we have been entrusted with by our stakeholders. I must admit I struggled a bit with the topic because it's quite broad, so I didn't know how to anchor this conversation, but I think after some consultations with my friend Google and talking to our E-Center, our EY Center for Board members, I actually found out it's just a fancy term for packaging something that has always been the focus of boards, albeit now taking on a different angle and focus in response to the effects of COVID-19, the war in Ukraine, the never-ending conflict in the Middle East, and where I'm from, taking it closer to home. I know you've been down that road before. We are now going into an era of load shedding, where we don't have power for certain hours in a day, and other energy resource challenges around the world. Stewardship, according to the UK Stewardship Code of 2020, is defined as the responsible allocation, management and oversight of capital to create long-term value for clients and beneficiaries, leading to sustainable benefits for the economy, the environment and society. Close quotes. I thought I would focus tonight's talk on the one capital that is normally taken for granted, or not as prominent as it should be, especially in the context of the ESG conversation and deliverable, and that is the human capital. As popular and top of agenda as it is, sustainability still means different things to different organizations and people. It can simply be described as the ability of organizations to withstand the threats it will face in the medium to long term. And for most, those threats are still seen in terms of climate crisis, resource scarcity, and circular economy. However, with current global trends, and particularly in the aftermath of the pandemic, being sustainable now covers a broader spectrum, including greater emphasis on the people agenda. We need to put humans at the center of sustainability transformations to ensure that we holistically address sustainability needs and ensure the right foundation for behavior change and sustainable development. The first question we always get from our clients, including board members as yourselves, is what exactly is sustainability in the context of people and the workplaces? Simply put, it is the ability of organizations to positively impact the personal, professional, or societal health and equity of employees and the people and communities interact with. And I must stress that this does not only relate to people in the coalface, but these people and communities also refers to both executive and non-executive members of boards, such as yourself. People want to work for, buy from, and invest in sustainable organizations. As stewards of these organizations, it is incumbent on us to ensure that all these are met to satisfy our various stakeholders. Demonstrating a commitment to sustainability can ensure that a company is socially responsible and has a long-term vision for the future. When employees feel that their work has a positive impact on society and the environment, they are more likely to be invested in their jobs and feel a sense of purpose. This can lead to higher levels of job satisfaction, productivity, and employee retention. And that leads to success of the board and of the organization. According to a study conducted by Forbes, 75% of employees want more diversity in their workplace. I picked up a statistic recently which stated that 58% of the global workforce will be Gen Z and millennials by 2030. Mind you, that's not very far away. That's 7 years from now. By the time we know it, it will be New Year's Eve 2029, and the whole lot of us, some of you, I had somebody say he graduated in 1975. So we'll be retiring we'll be retired or going into retirement. Gen Zs and millennials have already radically changed the way we manage and lead, as their whole demeanor and behavior is totally different from what we are used to, majority of us in here, or how we've been socialized. Have we really given thought on how we manage that? And most importantly, how we position and develop them to be leaders of the future. According to the World Economic Forum Jobs Report of 2020, more than 50% of all employees in 2021 were open to leaving their companies. This dropped to 12% if they believe that their company is making a positive impact in the world. This tells us that prioritizing sustainability is crucial to attract, engage, and retain future generational talent. Both millennials and Gen Z continue to prioritize workplaces that are diverse, that are inclusive, and share their values regarding environmental and political issues. The COVID-19 pandemic brought about an entire shift in the way we work. I had an interesting conversation 2 weeks ago, actually, with a client of ours who was basically questioning, overnight, people adopted to working from home. Overnight. Nobody complained, but now it's a struggle to get them back into the office. A big struggle. But the reality today, ladies and gentlemen, is that hybrid work is increasingly being prioritized by employees in the job market, and now forms an integral part of the employee value proposition and employee satisfaction. So we can't get away from it. We are seeing significant transformation driven by technology. Robots, artificial intelligence, we talked about AI, ChatGPT, and all sorts of other technologies, is totally changing radically impacting the workforce of the future. Are these on our agenda yet as boards? Have we considered the people implications in adopting new ways of working, agile methodologies, ChatGPT, and other artificial intelligence technology? I'm not sure if any one of you has tried out these AI tools, ChatGPT. It's absolutely fascinating. If I wasn't in the resistant category, I'm sure you put in what you want and it will write a whole total speech or telegram addressing NUD awards, and it will actually write down your speech. Do you even imagine what the implication of that is? For IP, for our strategies going forward, for confidentiality within our organization and our boards. It's a total mindset shift that we need to manage, that we need to start mitigating those risks for our organizations in the future. The World Economic Forum again estimates that close to 24 million jobs will be created by the green economy. And 85% of the jobs that will exist in 2030 do not exist today. At least in their current form. This is quite a high number, 85%. For all our sake in the room, I certainly hope that most of us are in the 50%, which will still be relevant. What that means, colleagues, is that there is a significant investment that needs to go into upskilling and reskilling to build a resilient and future-fit workforce. As boards, have we started this conversation of the impact of technology and what skills we're going to need in the future? The transition to a sustainable workforce is the introduction of new skills as competencies, as well as the provision of the right learning structures. According to the World Economic Forum, again, 3 out of 5 adults will need new skills in the next 5 years. So if you're sitting on a table of 5 people, 3 of you are going to need to rebuild and be reskilled. But this also implies that the skills and competencies required by non-executive directors also need to be looked at, because you're going to be managing a totally different ballgame from what we are currently doing. So what does that mean for upskilling and reskilling of our executive and non-executive directors? Many countries are encouraging individuals to work longer and to postpone retirement due to the challenges of aging populations and overburdened pension systems. Over 60% of the global population will be 65 years in 2050, requiring people to work longer. This is mainly prevalent in the West, I must say, but overburdened pensions systems, I believe, is going to be a great challenge for us on the continent, especially in areas where we're still, relying on defined benefit pension systems. We're going to end up with a retired population that is significantly higher than those that are employed and or employable, which then skews their ability to fund these defined pension systems. Africa generally has quite a large youth population, and the challenge is creating the opportunities for them. Sustainability, and more importantly, people's sustainability, should be boards and organizations to start identifying how they create these opportunities to the broader economy, and not just employment and narrow individual company profit focus. Interesting perspectives indeed, but the crucial question for all of us in the room: where do the organizations that we're entrusted with fall in this country? And what are we doing about it? Do we aspire to be employers of choice? Because indeed we can have the best ESG strategies, the best technology, the best processes, governance and so forth, but if we don't have the best people and can't attract and retain them, plans and targets that we have will fall flat. Is our people agenda aligned to our sustainability agenda? Do we see these as mutually exclusive or complementary? Quote, leading edge stewardship is an ethos that describes what an exceptional board aspires to be. It is a high-performing team of committed individuals with a broad perspective, grounded in purpose, who cultivate a learning mindset in themselves and others. The board deeply respects the contribution of the executive team and understands the board's role is to both support and challenge the team. At the same time, the team acknowledges responsibility for the ongoing health of the organization and the creation of long-term sustainable strategy to benefit its stakeholders. Close quote. This is a quote from a report that was commissioned by the Board of Trustees of the Leland Stanford Junior University, which is Stanford Women on Boards. The question remains, where do we stand in terms of stewardship as boards? Where are we in terms of our people's sustainability and other sustainability imperatives? Can we say that we are leading edge or that we represent excellence? A lot of work has been done by various entities on assessing the effectiveness of boards, and this has really recently evolved into assessing stewardship, either its readiness or maturity. EY's analysis has identified key priorities for investors and stakeholders, and from this has developed a stewardship board readiness tool to identify stewardship gaps, risks, and priorities. The 8 focus areas are 1, environment, increasingly becoming the greatest priority area for investors. There is great expectation for boards to discuss and disclose how they are delivering outcomes that deliver sustainable benefits for the economy. Number two, social impact, which has been linked to a company's ability to both preserve and generate long-term value, particularly in how it's integrated into investment decisions. Governance is focusing on succession planning, leadership composition, executive composition, director independence, and risk oversight, and so forth. Strategy and performance, obviously. There's an expectation that boards are managing and fully engaged with their management team to deliver objectives and stakeholder expectations. Number five, corporate planning, which is the quality of replanning, but equally the wider set of stakeholder requirements for both financial and non-financial disclosures. Audit and assurance. A high quality and effective audit must deliver the right audit opinion on the annual report, supported by appropriate audit evidence and professional judgments. If you're struggling in that area, I'll introduce you to a table in front of me. Trust and reputation. Trust is a recognized predictive indicator of future organizational performance, and we need to build trust within all our stakeholder groupings, including our employees. Finally, the eighth category in this assessment framework is that of human capital. And that is the glue that really brings all the other 7 categories together. Our ability to place our employees and broader human capital at the center of our transformation and strategies is what determines success. The key focus areas for human capital comprise diversity and inclusion, how the workplace encompasses, values, and enables people of varying attributes, culture and values, the principles, behaviors, and beliefs that shape an organization's nature, is their confidence in the board's ability to effectively monitor and assess all key aspects of the organization's culture, including how and whether the values of the organizations are embedded in the organization. Employee well-being. This is also becoming a critical component of people's sustainability. Employee motivation and equality, safety, and support for growth and wellness in the workplace. And finally, I guess you can all guess it, rewards and remuneration. The monetary and non-monetary benefits provided in exchange for performance. This even becomes more important as we try and manage the argument around the payment gap between the executive and the workers. Specifically, to what extent leadership takes accountability for aligning its executive pay ratio with societal expectations. Mr. Madam Program Director, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I can go all night about these topics, about the responsibility that has been put on your shoulders as custodians of our companies and organizations. But as you can see now, as custodians of our future and that of our children and their children's children. So it's not a small responsibility. The decisions that we make in our individual companies have a broader environmental, social, and economic impact that is now being packaged into the sustainability conversation. In the little time that I have been given tonight, I hope that I have at least managed to create a question in all our minds around where we are as individuals and as collective boards on this journey to excellence in stewardship. And importantly, that journey is whether we are championing a future-oriented talent agenda. We as EY have recently conducted a study on the priorities of boards in Europe, Middle East, and Africa 2023. And in that report, talent will be a major priority as companies continue to compete fiercely for skills amid ongoing talent shortage. And this competition is no longer just in our geography, but it's now a global competition. Employees, rather than employers, have the upper hand in today's employment market, with smart, highly qualified people having the luxury of being able to pick and choose their roles. This has even become more pronounced, as I said, with the fact that we're no longer competing in our individual geographies, but the world has become open and accessible to everyone. The one thing that COVID taught us is that I can sit in my home office in some suburb in Kampala and be gainfully employed in a city or town across the world. All I need is a reliable connection and Wi-Fi. That's all you need to deliver on that. With every sector experiencing talent shortages in all scales and at all levels, companies must get creative about improving their employee value proposition. It is not enough to focus solely on financial compensation and benefits. Employees are also motivated by non-financial benefits such as hybrid working, 4-day weeks, and employers that share their sense of purpose. And this 4-day week conversation is gaining momentum. And in other parts of the world, like in South Africa, for instance, as EY, we were actually piloting it in one of our regions, in the Cape Town region. Alongside staff attraction and retention, another major talent challenge for companies is sourcing the skills that will enable them to adapt and thrive in a rapidly changing world. These skills include vital expertise in cyber, as manager, stock to data, technology, as well as sustainability as a topic. Companies risk their future competitiveness if they fail to respond to the changing expectation of their people. Do not walk the talk on sustainable issues and do not invest in future-proofing their workforce. Similarly, they cannot afford to neglect the crucial issue of culture, since it has a strong influence on an organization's decision-making, resilience, risk appetite, and ability to attract and retain talent. So what should we then do as boards to be successful talent and people stewards? 1, be clear on the organization's sense of purpose and understand how its purpose impacts on its ability to attract and retain talent. Champion the development of future-oriented talent strategies that will enable our companies to overcome short-term skills gaps and prosper over the longer term. Ask management how the company's existing workforce model can evolve to incorporate talent from non-traditional sources. Establish what kind of training and development is needed to support the company's long-term talent objectives. 5, work with management to ensure robust talent and culture-related metrics are embedded in the organization and regularly reported to provide real-time insights into how the company is performing against its people-related targets. Build strategic relationships with chief human resource officers and ensure that they have a seat on the table and have an elevated status and have well-resourced teams so that they can support in creating this human-centered culture that prioritizes authentic engagement with employees. 7, gain an understanding of the expectations of Gen Z, the youngest generation in the workforce, and how their expectations are likely to reshape the workforce over the coming years. And finally, 8, discuss culture regularly in board meetings. So let's make culture a standing item on all our board agendas, because that culture is the one that will determine our performance as an organization. So you see all these frameworks have 8 points. So if you have your 8 times table, then you're on the right track. As I conclude, Program Director, let me sign off with these closing remarks. Real stewardship is our ability to continuously learn, continuously reinvent ourselves and our companies, and to continuously look for opportunities to create value for our shareholders and stakeholders. If as a board, we have got to the level where we are not complacent, are self-critical around our performance, and hold our management accountable to the 8 categories I have previously mentioned, and most importantly, anchor our sustainability journey on putting humans at the center, with the last 8 action points, then we are already on the road to achieving excellence. But Excellence is a moving target. Thus, we need to continuously ensure that we do better with every passing quarter, every passing financial year, strategic cycle period, and our individual board terms. I thank you.
A big round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll support you with that. Come on, we can do better than that. We've all had a Sutuwad Batu, which means Bantu, which means people. And I guess we are all we understand that very well. Excellence is a moving target, and because of that, we need to continue re-engineering and making sure we hit the mark every single time.
Don't forget the landscape will have changed by 2030. 7 years from today, what's your plan, Ronnie?
Where will you be 7 years from today? Hashtag no pressure. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, in a short while we're going to get into the crux of the reason why we are here. And in a short while, I'll get ready to invite our team from EY, Ernst & Young, just to tell us about the process. Has it been free and fair? And if you don't mind, we'd like to keep the podium here. Thank you very much for the enthusiasm. But you can now carry it back. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Let's clap for them as they carry it back. Yeah, Gen Z. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so here's what's going to happen. In a short while, I'll be inviting the EY team. And they're just going to tell us how the process has been. It's been free and fair. Or so we hope. So you'll hear from them in a short while. But just before we do that, we've had a panel of judges that have been very, very instrumental in helping us with these awards. Linda, tell us about them.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to recognize our panel of judges this evening that have been behind this day with a lot of time and a lot of work. The team was chaired by Dr. Alan Shnubi. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The members of the panel of judges, Dr. Maggie Chigozi, you're most welcome. Dr. Robin Chibuka, who is also a member of LEAD, you're most welcome once again. And Ms. Agnes Iweta Isharaza, you're most welcome.
All right, so those were our judges. And now, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, this will advise you we are live on the NBS. So you certainly want to be at your best behavior. People at home are watching. So as you sip on your drink or... but don't hesitate to order a drink of your choice. Courtesy of UBL, we have all the drinks present. Whether you like a juice or something with a percentage, depending on what you can handle and whether or not you're going to drive, feel free to indulge. But yes, we're live on NBS. We're also live on Smart 24, which is an online TV. So yeah, once you get a chance and the camera is in front of you, send greetings to the people back home. But for now, we're going to have our sponsor videos running, and when we return, ladies and gentlemen, it will be time for the NED Awards, Season 3. Thank you.
As the sun rises across Uganda, a new dawn of luxury living awakens. Salama Lifestyle Residences is Uganda's newest, most prestigious, and award-winning lifestyle destination and address for those who dream differently. At Salama, you're close enough to the hustle of the city, but far enough to come home to a sanctuary of smart living. Join a community of like-minded individuals where everything is taken care of and safety and security come standard. Where each community has a clubhouse, play area, a pool, and other incredible features. Let an oasis of calm reach at the end of each day with manicured gardens, pathways, parks, bicycle tracks, and so much more. Whether you're upscaling or settling down, buying a first home or investing, Solana has it all.
Uganda is now open to the world.
Everyone wakes up to a day of hard work. To get hold of that new opportunity in order to live a better life. deserves a chance to change their circumstances and rewrite their story. Be inspired by the future. Imagine it and live it. To shape the future and be able to withstand life's surprises. To ensure that tomorrow will be a better day.
Now you can.
Now you can. Now you can.
Now you can. Now you can.
Secure their future. The NSSF Amendment Act now requires all formally registered employers to make monthly NSSF contributions for their staff regardless of the number of staff they employ. NSSF, a better life.
That's how I would like my life to be like. But my boss didn't pay my instrument command for 6 months. Ajunga Bukura.
The ones that don't have time for the status quo. The ones who reach out for the infinite possibilities. With confidence aiming for greatness. The ones who hustle up, boss up, and level up. Refusing the undoable, but always embracing the unthinkable. This one is for you. Calling on all women entrepreneurs.
Solutions, the name is NCBA, and the numbers that matter to you matter to us. NCBA Bank, go for it. With our NCBA Bank home, you can finance up to 80% of your mortgage and give you a real view of our 25.
Daddy, that is 25 birthdays for me in our own home. Many suppers together. Lots of laughter with mommy.
We know that it's not about the house, but the many memories made in.
Smart 24, driving business.
Jovia.
Ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agataziizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ageewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki gy'osobola okukola omukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
This holiday season, we wish you the freedom to enjoy all your football. We wish you fun and lots of Ugandan entertainment. wish you a good time together. So turn up the volume on your favorite show and be merry all day long. We wish you laughter everywhere in the home. We wish you and your loved ones a very DSTV holiday. Stay connected to DSTV family at only 64,000 shillings and light up your festive season. DSTV Uganda. It's your moment.
Cooking oil like no other makes your meal so sweet and scrumptious. The taste of Uganda, yeah, the taste of Uganda, the taste of Uganda,
Ugandans come to Ginger City every weekend, and December 16th, 2023 is Uganda's end-of-year party as Smart FM hosts the Smart Swag Fest Season 2. Don't miss performances from Uganda's top DJs, MCs and artists like the king herself, City Baby, and her full band, Fig for Maker, UG Boys, Kesmon Switch, King Zamba, Waymaker Official, Voice Nancy, Zach Tom Rizla, Lance Soldier, and many more local artists. Let's meet at the Chairman's Back, next to Ginger Showgrounds. Get your early bird tickets now at 15k and at the gate 20k. Gets open from 10 a.m. till late. The Smart Swag Fest is organized by 89 Smart FM and Hot Shots. Powered by Smart 24 TV, Sisan Suits, NBS Cordeo, GZ Mechatronics, Ginger Hippos, Kampala University, Albeit Electronics and Solar Center, TMU Tubing and Rafting, Banji Uganda, Quad Biking Ginger, Cable Giants, Stardom Visuals and Audio, Bidco, and Club.
Tastefully different. Not for sale to persons under 18.
And stay connected to GOTV. Choose your package from as low as 15,000 shillings and enjoy entertainment for the whole family. Tweyagale featuring a content. GOTV Uganda. Love it.